Hello everyone, and welcome to Domovoy. A fairly unique game in which we bear witness to a horror story as it plays out from the perspective of a Roomba that's a household vacuum cleaner robot. Now, we can see right here from the menu that we're in a seemingly normal suburban house, all left strewn with clutter in the middle of the night while it's only lit by the static from a TV. But a Roomba doesn't see that. No, being a robot, a Roomba sees via LIDAR, projected colored dots which give us an idea for composition and distance of everything around us. Which means not only do we not see texture, we also don't see in real time. We only see what was previously scanned, a still image. And so we're going to have to constantly update as we do our job of moving throughout the house and cleaning things up. And from the look of it, we have our work cut out for us. Now, I had played this game about a year ago. However, it has reached 1.0, and so things should have changed fairly significantly. Thank you to the creator for providing me with a free key for this. And as you can see, until our first scan, we are completely blind. Scan frequently to register changes in your environment. Oh, that's cool. It actually scans in 360 degrees and not just our immediate field of vision. I guess it makes sense because we're presumably like a little smoke detector looking thing on the ground. But as you can see, it wipes away. Because what we're seeing at any given moment is essentially a snapshot of our last time and position of scan. If you look at these objects over here, you can see there's like a dark shadow cast by the objects. And that's because, you know, these lasers need direct line of sight. So press A and D to turn. Locate and move toward a highlighted ball on the floor. All dust and debris in the home will be highlighted in bright colors. I don't know why they just changed from red to yellow. You must collect all the dust in the home before morning. Collect the remaining dust. And thus, in the silent night of the house, we do our thankless work. Oh, I see. The yellow is stuff that I've already picked up. Stuff which remains on the scan, or at least my last scan, but is no longer there. More dust may periodically appear, but we just heard what sounded like a glass fall over. There's something on the floor over here. But the more I scan, the more cluttered that image gets, and it makes it even harder to tell what that actually is. And so we can really only guess. And that's the cool thing, I think, about doing a horror game from this limited perspective. Not only in terms of having to really abstract what it is we can see, but also in terms of, you know, not being able to see in real time. There we are. And we know that we're only ever looking at a few seconds ago, never what's in front of us in the moment. Now to me that looks like a door, a mat, and a hat rack next to it. Okay, I think we've just... This must be the living room, because that looks like a couch, a coffee table, and there's the TV. Listen, you can hear the rumble of the motor beneath us, but other than that, the house is completely still and silent. By hearing that glass tumble over, though, we know that we can hear, and something's here with us. But even if we ran face to face with it, there's no guarantee we'd recognize it. Oh, wait, you know what? Are you maybe the charging station? There we go, prepare for the first night. Alright, a new night, a new mess. Let's get to work. Now, I think it's really interesting that the name Domovoy was chosen for this game, because I learned last time I played this that the name Domovoy refers to a sort of Slavic house spirit, a protector in most instances. And, I mean, look at what we are, where this machine, which goes normally largely unnoticed, and just sort of roams about the house at night, cleaning things up. I don't know, it's certainly a great dignity, a show of respect to the humble Roomba. But in the meantime, we simply do our job. And our work is cut out for us because it seems like there is much more going on than before. I'm trying to be methodical, but it's kind of difficult when I have to refresh my view to see what's still there every few seconds. It also seems like the indicator for dust wipes away a bit more quickly than the other things, which is not necessarily true. Actually, you know what I think I'm seeing? I think I'm seeing the old scans. They do overlap, so I think I'm seeing the old scans disappear beneath the newer ones. But look at this. Imagine this. We have to round a corner, and our view doesn't follow us, not until we click Update. Still, thus far, everything seems dead silent. And now somebody else is knocking over a glass. Hang on, I have to vacuum the doormat. The sounds at this stage may seem benign, but they just go to demonstrate how big the gaps in our perception are. That it seems like we're alone here, but we know that's not the case. And also, I could swear that new dust bunnies are arriving periodically. Well, tell you what, knocked over glass generally means a mess. So maybe we should head over in that direction? Yeah, we are a smart Roomba. Right after I do the living room. No, there's a whole lot of things breaking. Hang on. I know I'm not an ED-209, I'm not a security robot, but that definitely sounds like I should go investigate. In the kitchen, presumably. Okay, I think this is it, because this looks like an aisle between some counters. And yeah, it's pretty clean, but there's a mess in the corner here. So I guess that could be our miss. But given the way we're programmed to see things, we can't even really be sure of what it is. It's only our human brain that allows us to surmise bottles. Okay, I just heard something back in this direction. Is there a new mess? Doesn't seem so. God, the fact that the only sound we make is the rumble of our little motor as we move forward and back and turn around. I don't know, there's something I think really creepy about knowing what a passive participant we are. Is that the washing machine coming online? Just a little reminder that moments ago, in this still world, someone was right behind us. So maybe we only hear certain things then. There was more here, though. I also, to talk about the sound some more, I appreciate the lack of music during this. Because, you know, we got a little bit in the beginning, which kind of set the mood. A sort of eerie, somber tone. And then we spend the rest of this just sort of sleepwalking through the silence. It's a game that really allows us to use our imagination in a lot of ways. For example, this is a different shape of debris on the ground, but we don't quite know what it is, although we can surmise that maybe broken plates? Whoever else is sleepwalking around here is both productive and pretty destructive. Okay, so from this change, it looks like somebody's been by the front door. Somebody's playing music. This is all messed up. It looks like the doors have been, like, torn off a cabinet. Ooh, in fact, we can just about get inside, but not quite. Somebody blazed a trail of destruction through the living room. Oh, that must be the radio up on top of the drawers. Which stops as we arrive. Okay, we're still missing dust somewhere. Roomba's job is never done until we've entirely cleaned the house. Look at that. To an extent, we can even see through the walls, and so it's not necessarily a lesser way of seeing. And so, like, in that way, it's just a different mode of sight, one we're so not used to. And that's really cool, because in some ways it's a weakness, and in others it's like a superpower. But we can see all that stuff, all that clutter left up on the table, which I guess suggests a sort of unwell person currently living here. I mean, possibly sleepwalking in the night, maybe drinking if those were bottles that were falling. Oh, here we go. The last dust bunnies are in the bathroom. Guess that wasn't everything? Oh, there we go. Guess that wasn't everything? Wait, nope. I saw that bar ticking down. Where did we get our sixth sense? Maybe we're just good at our job. We know when there's a mess about. Our role was ordained by Mr. Clean himself. Another mess in the kitchen. This must have just happened. Dust removed, return to charging station. Alright, I guess we've done our job as a cleaner, not as a security guard. Night 2. And we find this place as much a mess as ever. Okay, let's start going down the hall to the bathroom now that I have a feel for the layout of the place. And let's viscera cleanup detail this thing. I think I can be a bit more methodical this time around. Oh, I'm also going to be leaving probably a decent amount of this uncut because I think the space between and just the silence is pretty important in this. A lot of mess in the kitchen as well, but we'll take the outer hallway first. This house is somewhat strangely laid out, honestly. But it's kind of funny how, through these colored dots, you really kind of come to visualize everything that's going on. My stomach is grumbling. I am starving. I may have just heard, like, the TV come on or something. But nothing really too out of the ordinary thus far. Is something there? I'm actually kind of down here hiding a little bit. God, you know you're a bad person when you scare the Roomba. You'll never see me in the dark under the table, right? That happened basically right in front of us, didn't it? And yet we perceived nothing. Yeah, no, there's a... Wait, there's a trail leading back down the hall we just cleared. Somebody is tearing through here. Oh, we can't go this way anymore. It's blocking our path. I guess we're not quite short enough to make it under. I'm hearing some very strange sounds from the left, but I've still got a job to do. That's a pretty big mess right here in this corner. This method of scanning also means that whenever I round a corner to look at something, I'm just staring directly at whatever's in front of me without being able to see it for a few seconds. Sometimes it's best to let the whole thing... Do you see that? Do you see that? In the middle of the screen, you can't see my mouse, but there's like a little... It looks like an eye. And now it's gone. Okay, well that was very weird to say the least. I also... Wait, I completely lost track of where I was and all that. But, alright, let's get the rest of what's in this hall, and it looks like they trashed the way to the bathroom again. That was really disorienting to let it go away, and then scan again to realize I wasn't where I thought I was. Trail leading behind the toilet, specifically. What was that? There's nothing here now. Not only is there nothing in this hallway, but this is much, much longer than it was before. God, it's like a starry night sky. have to keep stopping because if I don't scan, it'll all fade away and leave us in total darkness. There's someone there. Not only that, but they're standing still. They were persistent between scans until the very moment they weren't. God, it's in these bizarre moments like this that you just have to stop and think, like, just what is it that's happening around us that we would be able to see if we had our normal sight? This is why I love abstraction horror. Okay, it's the ones that generate new yellow dots that we want to pick up. We're getting there. We haven't even been to the living room yet. And it's back to business as usual. I think there's something really creepy about, I guess, being told a horror story from the perspective of a completely neutral character, as something which bore witness but will never understand. It's playing again. There's the radio up there, but it's playing from somewhere else within the house. Right here. What, Mr. Rich Guy, you just had another radio just on the other side of the same room? And what does it mean? It's like a ritual at this point, that same song playing every night. Actually, even the idea that it's night is an assumption. An assumption based off of the menu and the fact that the gaps in our vision are blackness makes us feel like it's dark. You've blocked off the kitchen. You're still just standing there completely still. And now you've gone. Okay, I think this is all gone too. Oh, I thought that the furniture had vanished again. Yeah, this is now in a more destroyed state. Okay, where are we going then? Another mess? Don't worry, homeowner, I am on... What is that on the ceiling in there? That's... somebody's crawling down the stairs. No, get it quickly. Quickly, get it! I think I'm dead. I guess I didn't get the dust fast enough. I was trying to look and see what was on the ceiling in the closet, but that's not what it was at all. Oh no, am I gonna have to play that whole night again? I can't tell if this is the same. No, I don't believe it is, actually. Because this is still just the way it was before. What's down the starlight hallway? I can see what looks like the outline of the bathroom door, so it's like this whole thing has just stretched. But there doesn't appear to be any dust over here anymore. It's like this whole section of the house is just a... I'm sorry, I'll leave you be. Breaking bottles in the night, crying in the corner, just kind of rasping and crawling down the stairs. But the figure coming down the stairs, to me, that felt more male. So just what is it that's going on here? Again, I think it's so creepy that these are all things that would probably be plain to see if we weren't seeing things through LIDAR. There's a lot of very normal things that this could have been. I mean, my thoughts at first were that, okay, this is just someone with very poor mental health just living in squalor. But the hallway remains kind of the wild card, the thing that means there's something we can't explain. Okay, is that all for here? So a little bit underneath. We've got to take another scan from underneath because we don't want anything left in the shadows. Speaking of shadows, that's quite a large and prominent one. What is that? What could be right in front of us that's casting that shadow, and yet it's not being picked up on the LIDAR itself? Nobody in the stairwell. Wait. There was a door there. There was a door there just a second ago. And something is still here, which blocks my LIDAR but does not reflect it, I guess. Or I don't even know if it needs to reflect. Yeah, if we, depending on where we're facing, we can sort of define the shape by the shadow. To me, that almost looks like a mound of flesh with two heads and one arm reaching out in desperation. But let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe I've just been playing too much Dead Space recently. No. I'm doubting my own perception because it's so abstracted, but I swear there was a wall here, or a door there, that led into the entrance hall. Hang on, wait, is that a potted plant that's been stacked on the chair? The nightly radio ritual continues. And I'm starting to get the impression, like with the way we were stared down in the hall last night, that it's actually for me. But maybe that would be arrogant of the humble Domovoy to assume that we're getting that kind of attention. It's this one right here. We're closed in. We're completely closed into this room. And there's still a third of a mess to clean up, roughly. Oh. Huh. No. Wait, this exit didn't exist at all before. That's entirely new. But whatever this gap in our perception is, it's still here. The stairway has changed sides. Wait. Nothing makes sense to me. I had developed a mental map of this place, and now it's just completely wrong. We're still finding all the same landmarks, which only serves to confuse me further. Desk removed. Return to the charging station. The heck it is. There's a bit in the corner here I can't even reach. And you're back. That distant music from somewhere in the house is the only thing guiding me at this stage. That invisible mass in the center of the kitchen, it's one of those things I have absolutely no even theory on. And now I'm back to where I ostensibly just was. Nothing's the same even from when it started changing. You're just sobbing to yourself and knocking on the door. Or from your pose and from how infrequent it is! Go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, all I can think right now is, am I playing Mafia 3? We're being sent away. We're being sent on that starlit journey. Dare I check behind me? Alright, we're getting at least somewhat close. It may make sense at a certain point to just move forward without scanning. Of course, these become more dispersed the further away they are, which means we don't do well in large environments. This is not the bathroom. Somehow we have ended up back in the kitchen, but I think it's about time we stopped even questioning that part of things. I have lost all sense of direction. Never mind, I guess we're here. Scan frequently to register changes in your environment. That's this game's equivalent of press shift to run. This place is completely trashed. I mean, it's also completely not what the house looks like, so there's that. Look at this. Oh, it's a destroyed vision, I think, of the living room. That couch is, or table or whatever it is not doing physics properly. What, do you just want us to go back? Been a real while since we saw any dust bunnies. I sure miss those. Well, the starlight hallway is gone. But the thing that casts a shadow is just standing between the counters, so no going that way. No, there's something else on this side as well. God, imagine that for a horror. The thing that casts a shadow. Didn't see you there a second ago. I will say that at times the objective is a bit intrusive in that large font. I'm just thinking about how hard it's going to be to grab a thumbnail for this one. Keep going. Yeah, the physics have stopped physicsing. But if we go under the table, we can crawl into another starlight tunnel. Only this one's seemingly much narrower. But what else can we do but follow our programming? I can hear something very faintly that I can't tell. I can't really tell if it's supposed to be static or maybe the light rustle of shoes and carpet. These hallways are blocked off, and I am seeing ever more shadows that shouldn't be. Look at that, they just like crisscross the room, like more of whatever that stuff is, it's like clinging to the ceilings. And that staticky sound is actually more clearly something moving beyond that debris. Someone crawling on all fours. Would I be out of line and just hiding under the computer desk? Come on, man, just give me 10.26% of a house to clean. Hey, now you're having a bit of a moment, I'm just gonna scooch in here. Okay, so that was Domovoy, and that was really, really cool. Now, as I said before, I played an earlier version of this as part of 3 short horror games about a year ago, and so there were certainly certain aspects of this that I recognized, but it felt very different enough for it to be a new, worthwhile experience. In particular, I think it really leaned into taking advantage of the fact that there are such large gaps in our perception, which to me is at the core of LIDAR horror. I mean, it starts us off really slowly. That's what I really like about the pacing, is that it gives us a lot of time to just sort of learn the layout of the house and do our cleaning. It seems tedious at first, but it wants us to engage with that so that we get a feel for normalcy, so that it's even more impactful when it subverts that normalcy. Even the initial scares are that way. So in the beginning, it sort of primes us by showing us this dark room all in disarray. And so when we start hearing someone move around in the dark, knock over bottles, do some laundry, it's creepy because we recognize the gaps in our perception because we can't see them moving around and stuff. But it's really more a feeling of, dude, are you okay? I thought that this was going to lead somewhere very different from where it did in the end, because I thought we were basically just the non-companion of someone with severe depression. But it's the fact that we're a passive observer in all this, that all of this is going on in this normal house that becomes anything but as time goes on, and the only witness is this little robot, and no one will ever know what it saw. This game just does such a fantastic job of having this dark vibe that I can only liken to one of those dreams where there's just a very heavy atmosphere and you can sense that something's wrong. And I am dying to hear your theories. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.